The already familiar cold touch of plastic welcomes you as you pick up the handset.
Let your muscle memory dial a number. Dialing home, I think.
Your fingers run over the
finally!
Dial pad. 005. That's the dialing code for Revachol. 4952. And a moment of hesitation before entering the final numbers. 993.
I've been missing so many checks. Oh, it's exciting to pass one.
Calling. Calling. Still calling. Then.
Video Revachol, 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10 millimeter film for home use. This is Lammy. How may I help you?
The voice of a youngster on the other end sounds as enthusiastic as that of a man walking towards the gallows.
What is this place? I used to work for Blockbuster.
Video Revachol is a 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10 millimeter film for home use. This is Lammy.
No, I meant, what is this place to me?
Sir, I don't know. It's a video rental. Maybe you rent videos here.
Do you know me?
No.
Why did I call you?
Maybe you called to extend your rental period? Do you need to extend your rental period?
Oh, shit. My name is Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. Do you have anything on my name?
Raphael what? Listen, I can't help you over the phone. If you need further assistance, you can visit us on the corner of Voyager and Main. Are we done?
He thinks you're pulling a prank on him. The call is terminated by the other party. You're left with the discomforting sound of the disconnect tone.
I know what you guys are all saying. You're like, you know your name. We think we're Raphael, all right? Harry, that name sucks. Raphael's way cooler. All right, we did get a level up, and I've got, this is a tough one. We could do rigorous self-critique. I think I maybe just want to get a skill point, though. What checks do we really want to do? Authority. We just lost authority. I'm going to put a point in authority. Because we think that we think we're high authority. And I want to fucking stick it to that Hardy boy. Accept. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. Stick it to that guy. Can we call again?
The payphone hangs mutely on the wall. There isn't much more to do here.
I'm happy with my choice. Gotta change my clothes back. Electrochemistry. Yep. Is there more bottles? Okay, so there's just like... So they respawn, or... Either they respawn, or I missed that one before. I'm pretty sure I can't do this check again, right?
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
Been in the world for 2 days, +1 precarious world. Because we got that. fucking persuade the door to open. Maybe we'll get 2 6s.
And
No.
as it's always been, it's impossible to open a container with rhetoric. Maybe you're losing your mind.
Pretty sure you're losing your mind. Did I say that before? Feels like something I would have said before. I'm not particularly creative, so you know, I gotta reuse my jokes. All right, honey bunny.
Mr. Dubois, every worker...
He leans toward you, waiting for you to complete the sentence. A member of the board is a living god, is an organ in the great state organism of war. Also looks just like me. A member of the board?
That's right, Mr. Dubois. I see the socialist democratic fervor now burns in your heart, too. How can I help you today?
No, I just know that that's your plan. I open the door, he asks me, can we discuss the murder now?
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
Says with a smile. 70 experience. What do we actually need to level up generally? 100? Is 100 every time? I haven't really been paying attention. That's huge, guys.
There is no way to sway this man in any direction. He is unsuggestible and unswayable. Just tell the truth.
I may have gone inside and seen a collection of racist mugs. Did go inside, Weasel had the flag of the old Revachol on his wall. I may have gone inside and seen a collection of racist mugs.
Just as I thought. Culturally antiquated mug collection.
Indeed.
What a weasel. Pissing on Evrart's Rainbow Coalition.
Honestly, I was disgusted, and I'm glad he's probably dead now.
Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
He pretends to roll up his sleeves. The Hardy Boys confess to it. I mean, maybe they didn't do it. I really went in there. Whose place is it? I just need to know. I've heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike. I'd like to hear what you know about it. I don't want to know whose place it is. Do I? No, we don't need to know.
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps.
I'm listening.
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
That's not cool.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire?
He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun.
I'm talking beasts. Hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You have a village elephant?
No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical and so is the village. But the mercs and their brutality are very real.
Go on.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
They move? Wait, they move the container?
Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it.
Damn right I want to try it.
But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types.
His face turns serious. I want a fun container. Maybe if I can get that other one open, I could make a house in that one. Killers, the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types. So what happened to the other 2?
One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy.
Okay.
The one who likes hanging out and trees.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
No, there was another negotiator, right?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
Or was the other negotiator that Joyce is talking about this guy, this soldier, and she was just pretending like he was a negotiator? Or there's a third, or it could be the third person. I don't know. Anyways, wait, the whole neighborhood is in on it? Who exactly did the pushing?
There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly.
We already know this.
They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land."
We didn't have to do any of that shit. We already knew this. But we got a lot of experience.
He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
Despite his boastful tone, he's having doubts about something. But what?
Formidable.
Maybe he doesn't believe the boys really had it in them. They're his boys, after all.
I think you're sharing information with the police because you don't think they actually did it. Let's try.
That's very clever, Harry. Yes, they might have said it just to impress some girls or something. But Titus has a bad temper, so the chances are 50-50.
Okay. How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company? You mentioned a lawyer girl. Tell me about Titus Hardy's crew. Okay. Let's go. Let's just work our way from the top. I don't know if I want to... I still don't really want to ask this. I feel like it's like... We're putting that out of our minds now. Okay. How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company?
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
The name of the company is Crinel this time. It might have been Sediment before. We're going to just share what we know. I think he's like, I don't think he's being, he might not be being forthright about protective footwear, but he's kind of, he might be being honest with us. Let's see how this plays out.
Of course. You're always one step ahead of me, Harry. I'm no genius, I'm in this position because people like me.
You're not a Raphael. I don't know why he keeps calling me Harry. You mentioned a lawyer girl?
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy.
Okay.
But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
Tell me about Titus Hardy and his crew.
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them.
What?
Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members.
Yeah, they seem really fine.
Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind.
You mean Evrart in mind?
Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
That's him allowing the police to ask his men questions.
I met these Hardys. Can you ask them to cooperate with me?
But of course, it's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
You can now go and tell Titus about this. See what he has to say.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
I don't need it. I only wanted you to tell me. Take it.
The lieutenant watches you pocket the banknote. He looks a little puzzled.
Shut up, Kim.
How many micro bribes would this guy take?
Good boy. A real team player. Now, do you have any more questions?
This is a really good talk. Let's conclude for now, Kim.
Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you.
Great sadness comes over him. Yet.
Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
A man of the left. So you have to be a social democrat. He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
Okay, I don't feel like I'm a patriot of Revachol. So I'm not going to say that. You're right not to trust me. I take care of me. I'm a hustler. I grind. I'm a money engineer. We've got 15 bucks. We can't even afford rent. I love it. What's that supposed to mean? I'm more left than you are. This is another corrupt scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left nor right. I do what my heart tells me to do. You're right not to trust me. I take care of me. I'm a hustler. I grind. I'm a money engineer.
Perfect, Harry. That's perfect. My version of the left is not against the companies. It's with the companies. Honestly, what I have in mind is a business proposal. A left-wing business proposal, but still...
Oh, I was like, why did we get a buck? It's because we chose the thing that goes with this thing. Ultra-liberal dialogue options. Okay. So if it says, like, I'm a hustler, I pick that. Okay. Business proposal. Let's go.
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you.
Of course not.
You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
Kim, what do you think of this? What are the signatures for? Kim lets us decide this stuff, I think. Although we did consult him about the door. Fine. If I happen to be there, I can ask them. Kim, what do you think about this?
It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Claire was very useful.
Studies Evrart.
But, he thinks, it's your call.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm gonna hand you the keys to Martinez, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing.
I feel like he's trying to use us, but what he doesn't know is that we're way savvier than him and that we're actually using him. What are the signatures for?
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez.
That's great.
It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates.
Kim? That sounds pretty good to me.
There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
Oh, that sounds really cool. Where is this place exactly?
On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it. A gloomy place. You'll find it. I trust your detective skills, Harry.
I thought you said the village was the whole city. I'm confused now. What will happen to the current occupants?
They are just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
That sounds pretty good, and I gotta be honest, 6 months of a bit of construction noise for what seems like a good cause. It's gonna benefit the community. I don't know how I could decline this. If I happen to be there, I can ask them.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here.
Hands you an open white envelope.
You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the water lock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then I know we can do business together.
Can we go over a few details concerning the murder again?
Most certainly, Harry.
Oh, okay.
Nothing brightens my day like brainstorming these things with you. By all means, Harry, what's on your mind?
Can you please call me Raphael? I'm gonna leave now, but we might talk again later.
See you soon, Debardeur. Just kidding, but not too much.
Okay. Kim, I thought that went really well. Don't you? Now let's get some space here. Okay, can we look at this envelope? A white envelope with a stamp attached to the upper right corner. Handed to you by Evrart Claire. Inside are some legal documents with 2 names printed on them. Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. Both signatures are required.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum.
Let's take a look at the zoning plan.
The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall.
It's going to be really interesting to talk to these 2 about this. Kim, what do you think of this?
I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not the perfect solution, but...
Okay. Logic. You got some logic stuff. Right now, logic -1. The shades. The shades of self-destruction. It's not surprising. We'll remove those. I believe it's this thing, right? Yeah. Dress shirt. Can I... Be kind of cool if I could highlight something and it tells me what has that skill, but... Ooh, +1 logic. So we got +2.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope.
Ooh.
A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum.
Now that I've got my glasses on, let me examine this.
There is no loophole.
Oh.
The simple truth is the current residents are going to lose their street access And for the next 12 to 40 months, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door.
Okay, wait, what are the ramifications of this? Look, Kim, point to the photocopy. These people are going to have to move away. Can we do something about it? The noise will be tough on the villagers, but I guess that's just the cost of progress. Let's see if Kim can help out with this.
I should have seen it.
Tenant frowns as he reads over the documents again. It's okay, you know. You don't have these glasses. Your glasses clearly suck.
Evrart probably has eyes on us, but we could try to get other people to sign this instead of those listed. Or you could forge their signatures yourself. By the time he finds out, we'll already be gone. However, we'll need access to the coast before we do anything. Evrart won't believe you got villager signatures if you can't even get to the village. You can try a forgery as soon as we can cross the waterline.
Nice! That's wonderful. We could forge it. Okay, that sounds like fun. Let's get our actual outfit back on. Okay. Get 2 signatures for Evrart. Find someone to sign the document instead of the intended signees. Forge signatures, but some are private. Where you feel safe enough to sleep. Like our Kim's room?
You're back before the cargo.
That could be our new home. Oh, he's so cool. I'm just assuming that's what it's going to be. Right? Okay, how are we doing here? It's 1925. And I almost have the full 20 bucks. No bottles in here, eh? Should I check over here for bottles too? Oh, shit. I want that. So, I think we go back to the Hardy Boys now that Everart's spoken to him. To them, somehow. Wait.
Hola, wandering man.
Okay. Should I talk? I guess I'll talk to this guy again, too. I don't think he's gonna have anything new, though.
Right, 2, 1.
Okay. I got a couple bottles. I wonder if we can get back there.
The tear machine stands in the corner. Your bottles clunk into the machine.
One bottle. Shit. Ooh, it's dark. Getting dark. Oh, the other thing is maybe we can find working woman's husband? Wait, what's that? Looks like I can grab something. I was gonna say, are these all bottles I can take? Oh, maybe this is him. Oh. Can't talk to any of these people. Okay, let's do this again.